Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott wave update for Bitcoin. Now, I'm going to get it down to the 15-minute candles just in a moment, but I wanted to just recap my primary count. And that is that we have a 5-wave move in the making off our low. Now, first we had our wave 1, flat correction for our wave 2, 5 waves in our third, and our fourth is now currently between expected area for a pivot between the 236 and the 50, right between the 236 and the 382, so pretty much ideal. You can see I have our pitchfork up. It is respecting it. We hit the bottom end of it. And as of right now, if we take our standard Elliott wave targets of wave 1, extend it off wave 4, if that pivot holds at 53,485.93, our target for a fifth wave is the 1-to-1. That's at 107,137. Now, important to note, we did not hit the 1.618 extension of wave 1 off wave 2. We came up shy. So what that means is, say we get a 5-wave move up here. Sorry, that's an ugly 5-wave. Say we get a 5-wave move to the upside, and we start to drift sideways rather than corrective to complete these entire 5 moves. And we make some sort of flat. What that tends to mean, at least in previous bull markets, we get a lot of extended fifths. And what that would actually mean is this is just our 1-2 of the fifth. So this fifth gets moved way higher, and we expect 5 moves to the upside for our fifth. So we usually get 1 wave extended. We did not hit our extension targets for wave 3, so this is a very viable option. We just need to pay attention what happens after these 5 waves are complete. Do we sell off hard in a standard correction, or do we make some sort of running flat, drift sideways, and go for our next move to the upside? So exciting to note there, and that'll be an interesting spot to navigate, but I'll be here to give my perspective. Now let's focus down on the 15-minute, which is just off that 4th wave. And the count has changed from last video. Initially, I was considering this a diagonal, but I reevaluated it today, and this actually fits much better just based on the targets we're currently hitting and our guidelines. So initially I had this as our wave 1 and 2 diagonal. I actually think we got an extended fifth here now, and this is our 1-2, 1-2 of 1 lesser degree. This is also a diagonal, although it doesn't have, the ideal look. We didn't overthrow on our fifth. It does count as a diagonal. This does count as 5 waves. So the reason I switched up this point of view was this wave and the targets we're hitting, and the fact that we're respecting our pitchfork. So it's important to reanalyze and look at things as many different ways as possible, and what fits best is the one to usually go with. So this is how the count has changed. So one thing to note, our standard 3rd wave, our target was at 62,682. Our extended 3rd wave target, which is all the way up here, is at 68,529. And if you look at our second 1-2, I pulled the fibs from this wave 1 and 2, that's in green. Our 3rd wave target, 69,905. You can see we hit that with 5 waves off the wave 2. So we're hitting ideal pivots there. And what I did for our 5th is, assuming our 4th is in, took our wave 1 off of our wave 4, target the 1-to-1, where wave 1 equals wave 4. That's at 69,520. You can see that in red right here to complete our 3rd wave. And our target zone of wave 1 off of wave 2 for our wave 5 is between the 200 and the 2.236 right here. And you can see that lines up with our 2.618 extension. So this is kind of our zone right in here, right, for our 3rd wave to complete at our extended targets. Hitting ideally in the green, extended for the blue. So this is the right count, I believe, currently, and if something changes, I will let you know. Now, important to note, we need to hold, which we did right here, that it was our 4th wave expectations between the 236 and the 50 for our 4th, which we are right at. And looks like we're working on our fifth of the third already. So we'll pay attention here. This can turn into something else. We've discussed this many times, like running flats. This can turn into this and then get our fifth, but it looks like it's going now. You can see our pitchforks working out really well. So no pitchfork was working well off this 1 and 2. So I'm just tracking this wave currently for the pitchfork, and that's off the second 1 and 2. Those are the pivots I used. When we drift near the outside, I'll get rid of this pitchfork because then we're working on our larger fourth, and I'll use channeling techniques to try and target that fourth wave before our fifth. So right now, targeting 69,520. We can pivot at the 2.618 at 68,529, but this zone is going to be important. Just track, make sure, see if you get 5 waves out of this, and keep track of divergence, etc. So everything looks good, and the plan after this, if this pivot holds for our fourth, is we take the entire move from the beginning of wave 3 to the end. Whenever it pivots, we'll have to wait and see, but say we do hit the 1-to-1. Same idea as the lesser third we just did. We will be, I can get rid of this too. We got through those 618s. That was just potential resistance. We'll be looking for between the 236 and the 50 of this entire move in a sideways consolidation, like a flat or a triangle, before we get our fifth wave in blue. So that's what I'm looking for. Looks good. My plan after this too is just to hedge. Got in these zones down here, just looking to hedge. So I will short the same amount I am long. So when we get this correction, this whole area is neutral to me. Just to be clear, this is a smaller time frame, 5 waves, which makes a larger 1-2. This is a very bullish move. It's just a temporary stop in the trend. All right, what else? Yeah, what I'll end up doing, if you want to track this yourself, is I'll be ending up beginning of wave 1 off of wave 2, just because none of our pitchforks are working, off the top of wave 1. If we come down to this line, can get extended out a little bit. This is the channeling technique to find the fourth. We should stay above this channel line. We can tick it, but we should stay above that. So if we start coming below that line, I might have to reanalyze the count. But as of now, it's looking quite nice. And looking for this third and fourth. And I will also obviously target the fifth once we get the larger fourth in. All right, guys, that's it for Bitcoin. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.